Salutations, viewers. My name is GameDame, and welcome back to another one of GameDame Reacts, where we have an exclusive 60-minute gameplay reveal trailer for the game Ravenbound. I think I said I really wanted to see some more gameplay for this game in order to make a decision if I wanted to look more into it. So I'm very excited to go ahead and watch this. So let's go ahead and watch the exclusive 16-minute gameplay reveal trailer for Ravenbound to find out more.
Hello and welcome. My name is Emil and I am the creative director of Systemic
Well,
Reaction.
hello,
With me,
Emil.
I have Simon Lasena,
Emil.
who is the lead designer on Ravenbound. He will be playing the game today and I will tell you a bit about it.
Perfect.
Ravenbound is a live, open-world roguelite set in a deadly but beautiful fantasy realm.
Which I thought it was
inspired by
really cool.
folklore.
It's an open world
It's
roguelite.
the next game from developer and publisher Systemic Reaction, which is part of the Avalanche Studios group. And it's being developed by a small team in our Stockholm office. Now, what we're playing today is an alpha build, so just a standard caveat that it's not a finished game, there may be some bugs and placeholder stuff, but
Okay.
just don't look at those and we'll be fine. Now, what we're gonna play today represents someone having played about an hour or so of the game, getting past the tutorial, unlocking some new things, but not yet completing the first boss. This room you will see a lot in the game, because this is where you return to every time you die. And this is a roguelite, so expect to die a lot.
All
Every run,
right.
you
Yeah,
play a new
expect to die a
character
lot,
in
you
a
guys.
vessel. The vessels are guided by an ancient being known as the Raven. And the Raven gives each vessel great powers, and in return, every vessel helps the Raven grow stronger. Now, if you look around, you see there are 7 doors out of this room. 5 of them lead to one region each of the world, each containing a boss. At the start of the game, you will only be able to use one of these doors, but by defeating the boss in that region, you will unlock a new door, and so forth.
All right.
Once
cool.
you have defeated at least 3 bosses in the same run, you will unlock the 6th door, which leads to the Betrayer, the final boss.
Oh, the
The
Betrayer.
7th door, yeah, that will be unlocked when the game is live. As with our previous titles, we have a strong commitment to a living experience beyond launch, and we are very excited to share more about that at a later date.
This
But
is
for
actually
now,
such a cool
let's kick this
concept,
off
though.
and head out through the Door of Gales.
Like, I don't know if I've ever seen an open
welcome
world
to Avalt, the
roguelite.
island making up the world in Ravenbound. As you can see, the perhaps most striking power each vessel has is the power to turn into a raven. This is the main way to traverse large distances in the world. You will not be able to go in and out of Raven mode at any time, but once you
Okay,
take
that
the
makes
sky,
sense.
there is no limit to where you may go. Ravenbound uses the Apex engine. It's building on our 20 years of experience
What is
making
this
open
in?
world games.
It's in
But
HD?
this is the
Okay.
first time we're bringing the roguelite genre into that open world. As a roguelite, Ravenbound is a faster-paced game than many we've done in the past, and it offers the choices of an open world. And this is represented by the different locations you can go to. Each region is filled with locations, full of enemies, large or small, for you to kill, because this is an action roguelite, and most of your time will be spent fighting.
Okay, so I'm assuming
So we've come to the region of Klippdal.
the
Once
yellow
protected by the God of
markers
Sky, this
are
lush coastline
bosses.
features a lot of windswept cliffsides, and it's tied to the element of air. Now let's have a closer look at some of these locations. The icons above them show you what enemy type occupies each location.
Okay.
And the skulls show you how difficult they are, from 1 skull all the way to the dreaded 5 skull locations.
Ooh, dreaded 5 skull locations. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. I want to see a 2 or 3 skull enemy. Looks like we're
This
going to be seeing it
location here,
too.
this 2 skull location with Vitras, is probably not something we should take on fresh out of the gate, but let's come back later when we are stronger.
Yeah, it looks like those they look like
The world
wisps
as a
or
whole
something.
remains the same in between runs, but you will never know what locations and enemies you will encounter each run, since that is randomly generated.
Oh, that's cool that they're all randomly generated
As
and we
you can
don't
see,
know.
this icon looks a bit different. That is because this is a key location. In every
Key?
region,
What is
there are
that?
3 key
Okay.
locations, and completing these will earn you a key. You need all 3 of them to open the tomb, which is where the region boss is.
Oh.
Now this is just a 1 skull location, so Simon should be able to take this on immediately.
Well, should be.
Another one of the Raven powers
Should
is
be.
the Raven Sense, or the ping, as we often call it. At any time on foot, you can use this to highlight nearby enemies and chests, or to just quickly spy around for your nearest surrounding locations. Alright, here we go. The combat of
shit,
Ravenbound
okay.
is
Woo!
fast-paced, it's frantic, it's rewarding you for keeping up the intensity. But to maximize your success, you need to weigh when to use quick, staggering attacks and when to use heavy damage dealing ones. Multiple attacks completed in a chain.
You get a lot of health too.
Uninterrupted.
Is that
You
50,000
have 2
health?
defensive mechanics as well, but even these are mainly about giving you the window to go on the offensive. We have the dodge. This will quickly let you move around the battlefield.
That dodge is
Follow up with an
literally
attack that will send
hilarious.
you right back into the fray. Then we have the Raven Guard. This will soak up damage while held, but if you stay defensive for too long, it will drain completely, which leaves you vulnerable.
That dodge is like it's
Different
so
tactics will be viable depending on the
fucking
enemy.
funny.
Some enemies can guard against your attacks, and the best way to punch through is with a heavy guard break attack.
It does look a little difficult, like it's a roguelite, but it
Ravenbound
doesn't
is a
play
roguelite, so
like
it's
your
not an easy
roguelite.
game, but that doesn't mean that you're weak at the start. We want players to feel powerful with their first attack, but still be able to feel smart in combat after 100 hours of gameplay.
It's such a different
Whenever you
roguelite.
defeat a group of enemies, you will be rewarded with a card draw. Progression in Ravenbound is built around finding and unlocking cards for your deck. The deck stays persistent in between runs, and every run you draw and play cards from your existing deck. But you can also unlock entirely new cards to add to your deck, making it stronger for future runs.
I like that. I like that.
Now here we see Simon has drawn 3 cards from the deck and gets to keep 1. The cards can be weapons, they can be armor, they can also be artifacts that are slotted in these slots for passive bonuses. And they can also be instant effect cards. As you see, each card has a mana cost to play, and you
They
gain
do.
additional mana from leveling up.
Okay, so that's how you gain it in order to use these. So he can only get the rare sword and shield.
Okay, let's play this weapon, which should let us take on some tougher foes.
So I wonder how you know that you're able to go to a level 2 area.
While at the start, these cards will give you straight improvements to base stats. You get more damage, more
Okay.
armor, more health. Eventually you will unlock and be able to play more advanced cards, which really experiment with elemental effects and crazy synergies and debuffs and massive magical damage. My favorite is Ask's build. It triggers big explosions whenever you attack enemies that are already burning. While you can get good just by mastering the combat mechanics, these card builds are what will really let you punch.
They're
above your
buffs.
weight.
They're buffs to your
Eventually
character.
even
Of
letting
course
you
they
take on
are.
The betrayer.
No, yeah, like it's kind of like a mix of a rogue. It is a roguelite to a T, but it's never just been done in this fashion, at least to my knowledge, which makes it so cool. Because it's an open world roguelite. Oh, thinking you can
Okay,
take
let's see
on
if we
these
can take on
guys?
this Vitras now.
They look a little difficult. Witches. Or something.
These Vitras will prove a lot more challenging than the earlier bandits. They are deadly fast and they can dice you up in a second with their daggers. Fortunately, they
fuck,
have a
yeah, they're
weakness. They are
fucking you up.
fairly easy to stack.
So while the enemies are randomly generated, they'll be.
A good way to take on enemies is to use the
It won't be
guard
like
mechanic. When you use
a
your
whole bunch
Raven
of different
guard, if you
enemies.
manage
They'll
to
probably just
time it
like.
exactly to the attack, you will knock
Woo!
down any enemies,
That was pretty good.
including the attacker, leaving them vulnerable for follow-up.
It'll be a selection of enemies that just kind of go through. So that dodge doesn't look too bad
In a similar
now
fashion, you can
against
perfect
these
dodge
guys.
incoming attacks. If successful, this will make your following attacks for a short duration do a lot more damage.
So perfect dodge will give you that super glow effect. Man, those fucking
You have a number of
guys.
health potions to use if your health drops too low, but they are hard to come by, so you will want to use them only when absolutely needed. Again, as a roguelite, health is one of your sort of main currencies. It's a sort of battle of attrition to get
Yeah.
all the way to the final boss, so you want to not waste any health if you can avoid it. Now, as you can see here, Simon charges up his yellow bar here as he attacks. That is the energy bar, and it will basically reward you for being active in combat. The higher it is,
Ooh,
the more
nice
damage you
block.
do, but if you get hit, it will drain.
This is very
High
interesting.
energy is also something we use to trigger.
I think the
some of the
gameplay
special
is
features
a little
from
funny,
certain
but
equipment cards,
it
so
works
that
for this
if
game.
you are above a certain percent of energy, you will deal burning damage, or you will deal frost damage, or those kind of things.
Yeah,
So
my
it's
guy
really
is
something
like
that
going
you
after
want-
this
you want
one.
to keep that value high. We
Perfect
want to balance
dodge.
combat in Ravenbound so you can get better at both the mechanical skill and you can get better through card progression. But to create the best possible builds, you will need to combine a little bit of both.
Oh, get him. Okay, that's 2. You got 1 more. This will be easy peasy to get now. I can definitely see how they can be hard to go against, especially initially, but yeah,
Okay,
you
that
got
is
to
all
be
of them.
really
See
fucking
what our
careful
combo
because they
is.
were chunking your character. So what kind of cards you got for us here?
This Mana Stone is really strong for long-term builds, whereas it doesn't give you any power instantly, but with each level up I get more mana than I would have, and I will sort of
That's good to
get
know.
more,
That's good to know
more
early on and
cards played
before
in
playing
the long
this.
term, basically. This was a 2-skull location, which means there should be chests about. Chests can provide you additional cards, and the more difficult the location, the more numerous or high value chests you find, and you will be able to find better cards in better chests.
Oh,
essentially.
18 armor
Alright,
would
this
be
looks
really
good.
good
Let's
for
use
your
this one.
character. Using the 3 mana that you have, but you can't use the other 2 now. Got a lot more defense now, which should be really good.
Okay, we are stronger now, and for purposes of the demo, we have pre-acquired the next 2 keys, and Simon found the third one, so we can actually seek out the Tomb of Gales and try to complete this region. But first, let's go for a pit stop. Each
Ooh, a
region
pit
in Avald
stop.
has a town. These are the only real safe havens against the horde of hatred that populate the lands. In the Klippdal region, we have the nearby town of Valhus.
Vodhus. I like the names. The names are really cool. Oh, does it look safe? I mean, I see a lot
Towns
of
are
dead
great
bodies.
points to return to during a run, as they offer various benefits.
Those might just be the enemy bodies, but quite an entrance to get into this town.
There are multiple vendors in the town. So up here you see the blacksmith offers equipment that you can purchase for hard-earned coin. Here we have the brewer, offers potions. I think we might actually get 1 or 2. Good to stock up before the boss.
No coin! You don't have the lot of
Now, each
coin.
town also has a town member offering you 1 quest for each run per town. And the quests give
Could
you
be
a
advantageous.
good opportunity to earn XP, money to restock on your potions.
I love how there's like
Okay, let's head to the tomb.
so many different
Each
types
town
of
also
characters.
has a Raven Tower, which is very handy.
So what does this Raven Tower do? What makes it handy?
The tombs house the locked-away gods of the elements, in this case Svali, the goddess of sky. But before we can reach her, we need to fight our way through the Acolyte, which is the guardian boss of the tomb.
Oh, okay. So all of those tombs are the ones that have the red above it. I see. And that's what you need to fight before entering. Okay, I thought that was the enemy you had to fight But it seems like you have to... You got the 3 doors. Now maybe you have to go through 3 of these in order to get to the main boss of the region. Or unless this is the...
Bosses are the toughest fights in the game.
Okay, so this is a boss.
Both your mechanical skills and your build efficiency to its limits.
I like how they're in these tombs. Whoa. I was like, why did it stop? That was the trailer, not me. Thank goodness. So we're going against a wind base enemy. Is it a half bird? Interesting look. It's got a triangle for a head. Oh, never mind. Now I actually see. It's a helmet. Oh! Yo, that boss literally fucked you up.
We died. Not really surprising. Again, this is a roguelite. But during our run, we earned a lot of legend. And legend is the resource used to unlock new cards, new species classes, weapon types, character traits. So each run gives us slightly more or better opportunities.
It does.
Every time you start a new
that
run,
makes sense.
you get a selection of 3 characters randomly composed from your unlocked options. Depending on your combination of species, weapons and traits, you can get very different starting points to each run. And this variation will just keep growing with new content. Both
they're all human.
After the game is released. We're super excited about Ravenbound. We can't wait to put it in players' hands. It's gonna launch on Steam, and yeah, we can't wait to show you more.
It was very cool to see this trailer. So it is going to be on Steam, and you can wishlist it now. But I love the gameplay review portion of this because this game brings roguelite to a new type of look. Because I'm so used to roguelites being stuff like Hades. But this gives it a whole new open world perspective, which I absolutely love the game for. It's bringing something new, something fresh to the roguelite area. But I'm still new to the roguelite genre. I'm not a huge roguelite fan. I do play some roguelite games if they are really good, like Hades, but this is a really cool concept and I actually really like it. I think some of the gameplay looks a little janky, but overall I think it works for the game. So let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought of the gameplay reveal for Ravenbound. But that is all the time I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I highly appreciate your time as always. But please do not forget to subscribe and or follow not only to my YouTube but to my Twitch. You guys know where my YouTube is at, but you can find my Twitch at twitch.tv/thegamedame. Thanks guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.